Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. I'm going to let a couple of you guys get into the chat before I start my commentary. I'm sure most of you are probably shocked at the title, but yes, it is alleged that Darryinn Brown has spoken pertaining to the allegations against him of burglary, kidnap, and murder. Thank you all for joining me. Hello, blessings. Thank you. When I'm done discussing the read, I will bring you a source. Please hit the link and come up and give your commentary on the said commentary pertaining to Darryinn Brown denying breaking and entering of the Sherrod home, kidnapping Cash Gernon, and murdering Cash Gernon. Thank you all for joining me. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Air Force. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Hello, Joelle. Hi. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Got 17 viewing. Thank you all so much. Hi, Tina. How are you, darling? Thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you all are well out there. It was a rainy day in the high 10. It rained all day. It's a very gloomy day. But I tried to make the best of this day, treated myself out with some girl time, girl pampering, and it worked out just fine. Amen. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Hello. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all. Okay. Did it rain all day, Joelle? Hello, Tina. How are you? Got 26 viewing. Come on in, you guys, so we can get this party started with the said information. And please hit the link so you can be a part of this experience to give your opinion pertaining to the commentary. Thank you so much. Thank you, Air Force. Thank you. Got a little flyaways today. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Thank you all for joining me. Almost 3 minutes into the live. Thank you all for joining me. 32 viewing. Let's get the likes up, please. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments on my community post. You want to donate to the channel. $ Big Angie 129 Cash App, and all super chats are welcome during the live. Amen. Thank you all for joining me. Hello. Hi, 7. How are you, baby? Hello, Mildred. How are you, sweetheart? Nancy. Hello, Joan. How are you? Maciel, thank you. Thank you all for joining me. Lola, hello. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining the Queen. Thank you so very kindly. Who's there, Jacqueline? So funny. Hello, Nancy. Flouncy, how are you, dear? Hope you're well. Hope everything's going well for you out there. Thanks for tuning in. Got 37 viewing. Yay! Thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and get started. When I'm done with the commentary, when you hit the link to come up, please refrain from using any profanity on the live stream and or in the chat. Hit the link to come up, be heard, be seen. Let people hear what you have to say. Know that you have an opinion as well. We may not agree on the said commentary, but everyone is welcome so long as you are respectful. I will let you speak in the chat and on the panel, because in the end, we do not know what transpired at that said home. You're entitled to your opinion of what you think of Mr. Brown, what you think of the said caretaker, her son, the other children, the bio parents of Cash Gernon. But in the end, nobody was there except for the parties involved and the victim. So please be respectful of all persons' commentary and opinions in this chat. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tuesday. Thank you so much. Thank you for that compliment, Tuesday. I appreciate that. If you need verification for the storyline, the Dallas Morning News is the source. Man accused of kidnapping Cash Gernon argues he's not the man seen in the video, lawyer says. Darryinn Brown, 18, maintains he's innocent of accusations he took and killed the 4-year-old child on May 15th. The man accused of snatching 4-year-old Cash Gernon from his bed the morning of the boy's slaying says he is not the person seen in a now published home surveillance video, the man lawyer said. Darryinn Brown, 18, was arrested May 15th after a jogger found the child dead in the 7500 block of Saddle Ridge Drive in the Mountain Creek area of Dallas that same morning. Cash and his twin brother were staying with the girlfriend of his father about 8 blocks from Florina Parkway. The world is basically prejudicing this whole community by saying, "That's him," Harris told the Dallas Morning News. Brown and his lawyer have not previously commented publicly on the case. In the video the caretaker gave to the Daily Mail, a man is seen standing over the twins as they slept before swiftly carrying Cash from the bed shortly before 5 a.m. Dallas Police Lieutenant Kerry Wise said Brown will face a capital murder charge after evidence testing is complete. Heath Harris, Brown's defense attorney, said Brown told him that he is not guilty of breaking into the house and taking Cash or of killing him. This is not an open and shut case. Even if you believe that's Brown on the video, it doesn't mean he killed the kid, said Harris, who added that he's only seen the video online and has not received it from police or prosecutors. Harris said he has not yet received any evidence in the case. He has visited Brown in jail and spoken with his family. Harris said he will request a mental health evaluation and anticipates there will be proof of a serious mental disorder. Harris did not provide any details. If you need verification for the said information, log on to the Dallas Morning News. After this is just the basic information of when the child went missing, the person that discovered the child in the street. I'm not going to recap that because most of you already know that said information pertaining to the lady that discovered the child in the street and what happened thereafter, because it's a bit, it's just repeating the same thing and I don't want to keep repeating all that same information, but I want to bring you the basic information, which is Darryinn Brown now has an attorney. This attorney is speaking on his behalf, and this Mr. Brown has told the attorney that he did not A, break into the Sherrod home, B, kidnap Cash Gernon, and C, kill Cash Gernon. What I find contradictory is that the lawyer is saying, basically, if you think it's him, oh mercy, in the said video, it doesn't mean he took the child. And that sounds really contradictory to what Mr. Brown has told his attorney. And naturally, when you go to court, at some point, the judge is going to ask the defendant to enter into a plea. So hopefully, Mr. Brown and his attorney will have seen, viewed, gone over the evidence of the video before entering a plea. Because how crazy will it be to say what he's saying now? I didn't break into the house, I didn't take the kid, I didn't kill the kid, but then naturally, you're looking at yourself, indeed, if that's you, doing all of the same things you said you didn't do, and naturally, Ms. Sherrod will be the first one to testify for the prosecution to say that is Darryinn Brown, and he is the person on this said video surveillance kidnapping Cash Gernon. I'm going to recap That's really basically it. And another thing that strikes me interesting is that he says, Mr. Harris, his name is Heath Harris. He is representing Mr. Darryinn Brown. He says, Harris said he will request a mental health evaluation and anticipates there will be proof of a serious mental disorder. So that leads me to think that he has, as he stated, spoken to his mom, father, whomever, and they have verified that Mr. Darryinn Brown has a mental problem, issue, disorder, malfunction, disability. Because for him to say that means what? A, he'd have to have some type of proof, validity to Mr. Brown's mental stability. That is the set information coming out of Dallas, Texas. You need verification for the information I just brought you. The Dallas Morning News is the source. Darryinn Brown, 18, has spoken through an attorney, and he is saying he did not break into that said house, Gernon, and nor did he kill Cash Gernon. And Mr. Heath Harris, the attorney, basically says, even if you believe that's Brown on the video, it doesn't mean he killed the kid. And as I just stated, that sounds contradictory to Brown's comment that he isn't involved either way, because it just sounds contradictory. Your client is saying, no, it ain't me. I didn't break in the house. I ain't take the kid. I ain't kill the kid. But then the attorney says, but if you believe that's him, it doesn't mean that he killed the kid. So one could say, so what are you trying to say? Because your client is saying it ain't me. But you're saying what? Indeed, if it is, he didn't kill the kid. So that's contradictory of him breaking and entering, stealing a child, killing the child. That's my set commentary. Hit the link if you want to be heard today pertaining to the information I just brought to you. Thank you all for joining me. Hello, everybody in the chat. Amen. Thanks for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you so kindly. If you want to be a part of this experience of giving your commentary and being heard, voicing your opinion, if you want to be seen on the live stream, please hit the link and give your commentary pertaining to the information in this said video. Do you believe that Mr. Brown did not break into the house, take the child, and murdered the child? Do you believe he broke into the house, took the child, but didn't kill the child? Do you believe other parties are involved in the breaking, entering, taking the child, killing the child? Who killed the child? Is it all Darryinn Brown? As I state, the lieutenant, Ms. Wise, believes Darryinn Brown orchestrated this plan, executed this plan, and he is the sole suspect in the burglary, kidnapping, and murder of Cash Gernon. That's that information. Thank you all for joining me. Please be respectful in the chat. Refrain from using any derogatory language. Doesn't matter if I know you, been around you, dealt with you for a while, you will be blocked, because I'm not gonna put up with any shenanigans pertaining to this case, because this case is about as baffling as Cal City and all that, and there's only so much I will endure with this case and the commentary from said people. I will let you give your opinion. Many people will not agree on this subject matter, and that is okay, because we're all different people. We come from different walks of life, and everyone is entitled to their opinion, and I will let you have your opinion in my chat. But if you curse in the chat, you're out of here. You hit that string, you're out of here. That's the spoken word. I'll be the only one doing the hooping and hollering on this channel. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Perhaps, Nancy. We will see. Thank the mods on deck. Thank you all for joining me. All on camera, huh? Yeah, prove somehow at dark that was Darryinn. You can't because it was Cameron. Darryinn was being kept busy by the woman. Okay? This case is heartbreaking. I have kids and granddaughter. Okay, hello. Thank you, Air Force. Oh, please do not. Thank you very kindly. Just give your opinion. That's all you have to do. I can't wear these glasses and look at the print. It's fine on this device. Well, as you see, Mr. Brown has an attorney now, so we will see what happens next. He has spoken to his attorney, obviously, and the attorney has spoken on his behalf. Hello, Justin. Hello. This case has been a roller coaster ride with all the ups and downs, twists and turns. Yes. Hello, Miss Dee Dee. How you doing, darling? The only thing that was on camera was him lifting the child out the bed. He could have very well done a number of different things with the child. We don't know. Yeah, he's guilty of a number of things. Just listening. If you've never given your opinion on this channel, please hit the link and come on up and join the panel. What are you talking about, Nancy? I don't know what you're talking about, Nancy. I haven't a clue what you're saying. Hit the link and give your opinion. Hello, Carrie. How are you, sweetheart? Mr. Brown has spoken to his attorney. He did not break into the house. He did not steal the child, nor did he kill the child. It's not him, he says. You can agree to disagree. If Darryinn Brown is indeed the sole orchestrator of this said crime against Cash Gernon, or you can believe that there are other cohorts involved, you are entitled to your opinion. Hello, Crazy Horse. How are you? Camera, yes, but no proof whatsoever at night. That was Darryinn. Sorry, he never tries to hide his face, unlike the heartless demon that really took the child. Okay. Nancy, where are you calling from?
Oh, Oklahoma. Where the prairie sweeps down. Can you hear me?
Okay.
I was trying to click on Air Force. I was trying to click on Air Force One.
I gotta take these glasses. For what?
I was trying to click on Air Force One's link and it wouldn't work. But then I clicked on Crystal's and it worked.
Well, he might have left out something.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
He left out something. That's okay. What do you think of now? Mr. Darryinn has an attorney, and the fact that he's denying every allegation against him, because naturally he's only been charged with burglary and kidnapping, not murder, and he's denying all three charges, the two that he's been charged with and the pending murder charge. What do you think of him saying it is not he that is on this video surveillance, and nor did he break and enter, nor did he kidnap the child, nor did he murder Cash Gernon? Go ahead.
I think he is setting everything up for an insanity plea. simply because now the lawyer
Because
is letting it out that there is documentation that he has stuff out there, that he has a mental issue, that it was not known before. It was all speculated that, it was let out that he had gone to that facility and nobody knew what it was for and yada, yada, yada. But now the attorney let it out that there's documentation. So I think everything is being set up that there is going to be some sort of an insanity plea. That I think the attorney's trying to just muddy some waters.
okay. Miss Carrie has an interesting comment.
I'm sorry?
I want to read something Carrie said. If he's saying he didn't break in, then he was already in the home. That's Carrie Baby's comment. Thank you, Sandy, for the super chat. Thank you.
Yes, that was my next comment.
Do you need me to read?
Yeah, if he didn't break into the home, then he was already present in the home for the second video. That's what I was going to say.
Okay. Okay, so tell me once again, because every day people are entitled to their opinion. Maybe you will change your mind from day to day. Today in this live stream, he did it, he didn't do it. And name what he did and didn't do, since it is 3 charges, 2 already on the books, 1 pending.
No, I still think he had something to do. I still think he was involved in some way, shape, or form.
Did he break into the house, Nancy?
Yes. I think he entered that home. See, I don't know. It's kind of questionable. I'm kind of questioning my thought process on that one now. Maybe he was already present in the home. I'm not so sure.
It's just a question.
I don't know now. I'm kind of on the fence about that one now, but I mean, I still do feel that he had some. I still feel he had something to do with that. I still think he had something to do with it. Yes, I do.
That noise in the background is creepy. Who's opening that door?
That was me. I'm sorry. I came outside to get away from my dogs.
I can hear it.
Yeah,
like a horror film. I was like, what's going on back there?
Yeah, that's right. That's something I need to record for Halloween or something.
While we're talking about a dead kid and kidnapping, yes, indeed. So,
yes.
Do you believe he kidnapped the child, Nancy?
Do I believe he kidnapped the child? Yes. I do. I do believe he took that child.
Do you believe he killed the child? Did he kill the child?
That one,
Go ahead.
I'm on the, yeah, I do. I can't say I don't. I'm still.
So you believe he broke into the house? You believe he kidnapped the child? You believe he murdered the child?
I don't think. I'm still on the fence whether or not he did it alone. I'm still on the fence
Nancy,
about.
are you there, baby?
Yeah, I'm here.
He did it alone or he didn't do it alone?
No, I'm still on the fence whether he did it alone or not. I don't think he acted alone.
That's fine. Do you want to stay up on a panel and let Miss Amanda talk?
No, you can let someone else come up. I'll go back down.
Okay.
I can stay up. I'll go back down. I'll go back down. That's fine.
Well, she was up. She dropped down for some reason. Oh, Amanda, you can come back up. You have to unmute your mic.
I mean, I may
Nancy,
be totally.
Do you want to stay up or go down?
I can go back down. I mean, I still
listen. Just listen. Everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. I'm letting everyone give their opinion because naturally none of us were there when the crime happened. So
yes,
if you are on the fence today, off it tomorrow, that is your opinion.
Yes, it is. It is my opinion.
Okay.
It is my opinion. We don't live in that neighborhood. Yes. We're not part of that, that area. We're just getting little tidbits of here and there, getting little crumbs here and there. And again, we're not going to know everything until everything comes out. We don't have all the information, but I still think that they're setting
Okay.
everything up for an insanity plea. That's just, and
Okay.
obviously, boy has got some problems because now they're letting it leak out that there definitely is some paperwork to back up the claims of him having some mental issues, if that is true.
Well, I'm sure his mother told them that
Yeah,
because he said in this article that Mr. He spoke to his family. So I'm sure
yeah,
she told him that he has had some issues, whatever they are.
and that's what I said. If there is receipts to show that there is actual paperwork, then
Yes, that he's not well.
legitimate paperwork, right? Receipts,
So
legitimate
let me ask
paperwork.
you something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you something. What would you have to hear for you to say, okay, what he did was wrong, but I can see how he did that to that child. Let's just say he is guilty. What disorder or whatever would you have to hear to just give it a pass and say he was crazy, this, that, whatever?
There is no pass. I'm sorry, but uh,
I'm just asking.
he no. I mean, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but he should have
Mm-hmm.
been receiving some mental help along the way, or I I I know, coming from my background and what I have to deal with my children, with my daughter, I have a special needs daughter. So, um,
Okay.
that, it can be a slippery slope. Um, but,
Yes.
and it can be very difficult and very challenging. But, if it had gotten to the point where he was unmanageable, I mean, I don't wish this upon any body or any parent, but if
I
it
think that now, I think he's unmanageable because he doesn't seem to have any type of fear going into
right,
houses and doors and things. To
right,
me,
and if it
to
it
me,
had
seeing
become
that in the
unmanageable and he
video
was
that the neighbor
still
gave up, there's no fear.
right, and it had become unmanageable and he was still in his youth, they should have done something then. They should have either, uh,
Okay.
there are certain steps that they could have done to, uh, taken care of that then. And I'm talking about remove him from the home, done some drastic steps to taking care of that. They could have really sought some serious
Mm-hmm.
help. And
Okay.
and I don't know,
Let me ask you this:
I'm
do you think the parents know what he's been doing as far as breaking in houses and getting in trouble with the law? Do you think they know?
yes, yeah, I think they're well aware of. If they don't know, I think
Mm-hmm.
they know to an extent,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to know something. You have to
Mm-hmm.
know something. If
Okay.
you are any type of a parent with a
Okay.
child that is has any kind of special needs or any kind of anything like that,
Or a
you
child, or a child in general, or a child
right.
in general.
You keep up with them. I'm sorry, you keep up with them. And any type of a decent parent, you try to keep up with your children. And from what just from what I've read and tried to learn about this case, that he was a pretty good troublemaker in the neighborhood. So I know in our neighborhood, we have the neighborhood app. So, you can keep up with what's
Mm.
going on in your neighborhood. So, come on, people. You know, you try to keep up with your children. So, I would think that they know what's
Okay.
going on with that child. You
Okay.
should know what's going on
Okay.
with that child. And if she
Okay.
didn't,
I've got Miss Manda here. Miss Manda, go ahead.
Hey, hey, everyday shenanigans.
Nancy,
yes, ma'am.
hold on one second. Nancy, finish what you were going to say.
I was just gonna say, uh, she's
Nancy.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? She's just trying to turn a blind eye to it.
Yes, I can. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to
yeah,
finish.
yeah, she's trying to turn a blind eye to it
Okay.
if she's acting like she didn't know what was going on. That's all. But much love to you, Queen. Miss Mandy, take it
Okay.
over. I'm going back down.
Thank you, darling. Thanks for joining me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you. That's fine. Thank you.
Uh,
That's Nancy from Oklahoma. Miss Amanda. Oh, you see now that he has spoken, Mr. Brown, through an attorney. He is saying he did not break into the house. He did not take the child, nor did he kill him. That is not him on the video. Where are you calling from, Miss Amanda?
Hey, I'm calling from Georgia.
Georgia, where I want to be. Amen. What do you think?
I say that in cases like this, we should pay close attention
First
to the
answer.
money.
First answer of what he said. First answer what Mr. Brown said, and then you can go in and say what you want to say if you don't mind.
Mr. Brown said that it wasn't him.
Is it that hard?
Right? No, he said that it wasn't him, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He said that he wasn't the
Yes, ma'am.
person in the video. Well, he can say that.
Yes, ma'am.
He's defending himself.
Yes, he can.
Everyone's saying that it is him. So at this point in time, if it was anybody else, they'd be saying the same thing that he was saying. He's not going to get up and say that it was him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to admit to that. Why would he admit to that?
Yes, exactly.
Why would he admit to something like that? Something so heinous.
Unless he had remorse. Unless he had remorse and wanted to say, yes, that was I. And I did all those things.
Nah, he's too a wayward person like that. And
he's too what, man?
He's too wayward.
You think he's wayward? You think he's wayward?
Yes, he is wayward.
Tell me why you think he's wayward.
Because of his history.
That's fine.
Because of the history that he has.
Okay. And what's his history?
Well, according to the neighbors, and that's all that I can go off because I don't know his rap sheet, right? So I'm just going off of what the neighbors are saying. They're saying that he's a troublemaker, right? We have him on camera, peeping through holes, things of that nature, doing things that he really shouldn't be doing. And then you had a question to Miss Nancy if she thought that his mom knew what he was up to. And grown children like that, parents, they ain't trying to track down their child. They ain't trying to track down their child and just keep up with what it is that they're doing. They're trying to live their lives. She's a grown woman. I'm sure she probably didn't know all of the things that he got himself into. It's too much to count. And it's too much to keep up with. But I do think he's guilty of something. If he is not guilty of what he say that he isn't guilty of, he is guilty of something. Now, what it is, we don't know yet.
Okay.
But I say that in cases like this, what we need to do, or what we should consider,
Amanda, you said something. What is that something? What is it, Amanda? What is it?
He's guilty of being in that house.
What do you think? Tell me us. You tell me what Amanda thinks.
He's guilty of being in that house. He's been in that house. That's bottom line. He done been up in that house. He's guilty of that. Now, whatever else it is that he's guilty of, we don't know.
What is it, Amanda? Look, Amanda.
Yes.
Amanda, guess what?
What?
You showed enough black. Did you hear what I said? You talking like somebody black grandmama right now. You done something. You was in there.
Yeah, you was in that house. You guilty of something, man. You shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been up under them folks.
You
He
done
shouldn't
done
have been up under
something
them folks.
because you was in there.
Shouldn't have been up in their
Okay.
face. Okay. Now look what's come out of it.
Okay.
Huh? When you shouldn't be where you ain't supposed to be, get caught up in stuff that you ain't supposed to be caught up in. All right.
Look,
Now
I ain't
everyone's
said
talking
nothing, my
about it.
dear. I ain't said nothing. I ain't said nothing, my dear. I'm just listening.
You know, I'm fixing to turn my camera on so you can see me because I'm far
You
from
was
a
in
deer.
there.
I am.
Oh, shut your mouth.
I just may sound old, but
But see, I talk about that all the time, do I not?
yeah, you do.
The company you keep.
That's right.
I talk about that all the time.
That's
The
right.
company you keep.
The
The
company you
cars
keep.
you jump in and out of, those couches you lay on and slumber on, talking to people, riding with people. This
Come
is
with
how
it.
people get tied up all the time
Come
by
with
the
it.
company that they keep. Now, I can't say indeed if it's exactly this scenario with Mr. Brown and this family, but they don't look good to me. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
You're right.
That's my opinion.
You're right. And I feel the same way.
You know,
Are you there, Miss Amanda?
Yeah, I'm here.
hello? Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Black Angel, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Black Angel, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I think she can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah, I can hear
you.
you, Black Angel.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello?
How are you? Tell us where you're calling from. How are you?
Hi, I'm from Sacramento, California.
Yes, I can hear you. Tell us where you're calling from, sweetheart.
Sacramento, California.
Okay, but tell me where you're calling from.
I'm telling you, Sacramento, California.
Yes. Can you tell me where you're calling from, dear? Okay, thank you so much. Tell me, Miss Angel. Okay, she's from calling from California. Tell me what you think of what Mr. Brown has told his attorney as far as not being involved. I heard you, sweetheart.
Oh, okay. I think that this
Okay,
case
Crystal says there's a delay. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I think that this case is just going
Black
to,
Angel,
yes.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I'll leave and come back
Let me
in.
Okay, yeah, because it's storming here where I am. I mean, the rain's coming down. It might have something to do with the connection because it's starting to rain's coming down hard here. Okay, you can hear us, Air Force. Okay, I'm freezing. Okay. It's raining hard here, so they might start messing with the connection. Sorry about that. Okay, that's fine. Angel, you're welcome to come back up. Anybody else would like to come up and hit the link? You're welcome to. Thank you. As I stated earlier in the live, Mr. Brown has retained an attorney. That attorney has spoken on his behalf that he is not involved in the crime of burglary, kidnapping, and murder of Cash Gernon. And as most of you know, he's only facing 2 current charges at the moment, but they are hoping to upgrade those said charges to state if indeed evidence shows that he is the suspect linked to murdering Mr. Cash Gernon, the late Cash Gernon. And the lieutenant is adamant that he is the sole perpetrator in this said crime. Okay. Hello.
Hey,
I've got Amanda. I've got Black Angel. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Can y'all hear me?
yes,
See
Oh,
me?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? Amanda, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
I think Angel's having some issues.
I can hear you.
She's buffering right now.
Oh, okay.
Amanda, you want to? Black Angel, can you hear me, sweetheart?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Amanda can hear me. Angel, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's not saying anything.
I'm good. I'm good over here. I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
now.
Tell me what you think about him denying, excuse me, involvement. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, here we go. The rain, look, the rain is making its way down. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that.
I think can you hear me?
Black Angel, can you hear me, sweetheart?
Yes, I can.
I don't know what's going on. This is bad. Yes, I need you to go ahead and start talking, sweetheart, because I'm breaking up. Tell me what you think about him denying the charges.
Well, it's his best defense. It's his best defense to deny it, because if he doesn't deny, he's going to be guilty, and that's going to be it for him. He has a chance by denying the charges. If he doesn't deny it, then he doesn't have a chance.
Oh, mercy.
He's just hanging on for dear life right now.
Amanda, go ahead and start talking, sweetheart.
You can't hear me talking?
Okay.
You can hear me talking, right?
Okay. 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 We're gonna start. We're gonna start with charge number 1. Did he or did he not break into the house? Say what? I can't hear you, Amanda. What I said, did he or did he not break into the house?
I don't think he broke into the house. Man, froze up.
This is bad. This is probably a bad night to do this live because it's storming here. I can't hear you, sweetheart.
I said that I don't think that he broke into the house.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Hello?
Yes. I'm not sure why you can't hear me.
I can't hear anybody.
All right, let me get out.
Mercy. I can't hear anybody. Well, like I told you all, it's raining very hard here. It's coming down, so that's maybe interfering with the connection. Can you all see and hear me? Like, wow, it's crazy. Dee Dee, look at Joelle clean the cookies from your browser. I'm not using the computer, Joelle. Okay, Lee. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion. As I told y'all, it's storming. It's the rain's coming down hard here, so that may be the reason why there's a lag in the connection. As I told you all, it's been raining here all day. It stopped briefly. Now it started back. Of course, we've got people calling from all over the universe, California, Oklahoma. So I don't know what may be transpiring in those said places either. It is the cute. So long as you're respectful to the queen in the chat and the mods, you're welcome to hit the link and come up and give your commentary pertaining to Darryinn Brown saying to his lawyer he did not break into the house, he did not take the child, nor did he kill the child. That is the said information for this live stream this evening. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion. Thank you so very much. And welcome to Everyday Shenanigans. Hello, Crystal Moore. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Chris? Yes, I'm trying. I've got the volume up as loud as it's gonna go. Yes. What's going on, dear?
So I watched the Fox, I believe it's Fox News today as well, with a statement that was given from one of the neighbors. Okay. From one of the neighbors, he was saying that there was an incident where Darryinn was out and sitting on the curb, and Monica came up behind him, and the neighbor said, you know, what's wrong with him? And she said, oh, he has mental issues, he needs some help. And then she was stating that that her house, Monica was actually stating that her house is a safe house for kids like that. That's what she said. That was on the news today.
What do you mean a safe house? What do you mean a safe house?
I guess just a house for them to go hang out, and I guess that's what she meant by that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but did she verify that she had seen the child at that said house coming and going?
Oh, you talking about the neighbor? The neighbor said that when, I think it was a man, said that when they seen him sitting on the curb is when Monica ran up behind Darryinn, and then the neighbor was like, oh, is he okay? And then Monica said, yeah, he's okay, but he has mental issues, he needs some help. And then, you know, and then she was stating that, you know, that her house is a safe house for, you know, for the kids like that. That was Monica's statement to the neighbor.
Look, I am utterly befuddled.
Yeah, it was
Or
on.
am I?
I sent it to you. I sent it to you.
So she knows him. She's been knowing him.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, so she's been knowing him. And that's the point of the story that we already thought in the beginning when we started getting the contradictions of Mr. Moore giving commentary about Mr. Brown.
Yep. So yeah, to me it was confirmed today just from that neighbor's statement.
So there's a possibility. So the possibilities can be endless. Once we prove it's proven that you know him, he knows you, he knows your children, know of you, your children, they know he knows of your children. It can go a multitude of ways. It could be he broke in, it could be somebody let him in, it could be somebody invited him in. It can go a multitude of ways until you get the evidence. That's
Exactly.
the thing. Once you prove a connection, it can be a multitude of things. Indeed.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
And that was on the news. So
Mercy.
that wasn't off of no Facebook or nothing like that. That was on the news.
Okay. And that was Fox, you said?
Yes.
Fox. Okay. Somebody put Fox down in the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Dee Dee. Wow. So what do you think about what he has said to his attorney, that he didn't do anything? He didn't break in. He didn't take the child, and nor did he kill the child. What do you think?
So I believe that he had something to do with it, but he didn't do all of this on his own. That he did not do. This is not a one-man job. It's not a one-man job. And by him saying
Okay.
I was going
that? Why do you think that, Crystal?
just from all of the from all of the lies that is coming from Monica and Cameron, first of all. Okay. And then the videos are being cut. That's another red flag for me. There's too many red flags for me. So did he do this by himself? No, I honestly don't think that he did. And that there was somebody else. Who that somebody else is, I don't know. Who would I think would do something, would involve him into doing something? I believe Cameron. What the motive would be? Jealousy.
Because he's the motive. Yes, because your motive is jealousy.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he didn't. Yeah, I'm not saying that Brown didn't.
The child out.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Brown didn't have anything to do with it, but he had help.
Monica states they took cash. Then her father states it was two people involved with the killing. Monica's words from her video premiere with Daily Mail.
Yeah, she said they. So why did she say they? And I don't know. It's too many red flags for me.
Look how many adults were in the house. No one heard anything. Even the news stated that the person who was going to make a comment was sleeping feet away. What are you talking about, Jacqueline? What person is going to make a comment? Okay, Huda says, I believe he may not remember it because if he has serious mental illness, he can easily have blackouts. I'm thinking more like Monica owed him for drugs, and that's why he hurt baby Cash. Exactly. Why did Cameron keep saying they took him? They took him. Well, you know, people will say they when they mean you, her, him. We do use they plural when we sometimes mean singular. Just saying. I truly think Darryinn is innocent in the situation. The other things maybe, but his demeanor on that video just didn't seem like someone that just did something that heinous. Tracy. Yeah, that's schizophrenia.
Those videos for sure were red flags for me. There's too many things wrong with them.
Right before Cameron spoke, the news crew stated that he was sleeping just feet away. So what are you saying, Ms. Curry, that he was sleeping in the same room with the children? What are you saying? Okay, Joelle is basically saying the son. Hello, Mr. Benny. How are you? Do I know his birthday? That damn Dee Dee. No, honey, I don't. Oh my goodness. Y'all are killing me. I do not know Mr. Brown's birthday. Yes, we know Huda about the Metro services. It serves North Texas. We know this. But we do not know the mental issues that he has or what he was being treated for. As I stated, Metro serves people with depression, autism, schizophrenia, developmental disabilities, a multitude of things. So I do not know for sure what he was treated for. Oh, Lord mercy.
Hi, Everyday Shenanigans.
LeafView.com. How are you and where are you calling from? Hi, how are you? Where are you
Hi, I'm
calling
calling.
from?
I'm from Texas. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
a crimes and justice blogger. Yeah, I've been
I
following
can
this
hardly
case
hear you.
since
Can
it.
you speak up a bit, sweetheart?
Let
Yeah,
me. I'm
sure.
gonna get down, Queen, and
Hold on.
see, and maybe you'll have a better connection. I'll get down back in chat.
Yeah, it's the rain. It's the rain. It's raining really hard here.
Yeah, it
But
happens here in
she can hear you,
Dallas
and
too.
we can hear her. Just to let you know.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
baby.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you,
Okay.
Crystal.
Okay, you're welcome.
Hey, hey, Everyday Shenanigans. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a crimes and justice blogger, and
Okay.
I,
You're what?
happen
You're
to
what?
capture your life.
Wait.
I'm
Slow down. You're
I'm
what, sweetheart?
a crimes and justice blogger. So I blog about crimes and justice. I have for well over a decade, and this case obviously caught my attention. But I'm also in Dallas. So,
You are from Dallas?
I've been, following this case, and I am, yes, I am in Dallas.
Okay, so let me ask you, because I asked everyone this. He's denying breaking and entering, kidnap and murdered the child. What do you think?
I believe that, we are all innocent until proven guilty. But if I was to tell you, if I was to give you my commentary on the topic, I think that Darryinn has some mental issues going on, and we have just discovered recently in the last 3 to 4 hours that Darryinn was
Okay.
also caught trying to kidnap another child in February. Monica Sherrod, the woman who was keeping Cash and Carter, the brother, happened to get involved in that situation and said that he had mental issues and that he was having a mental breakdown. So we're starting to find out a lot more about Monica Sherrod and
Okay.
Darryinn Brown's
Well, let me ask you something.
relationship.
Well, let me ask you something, because I always ask people about a source. Who told you that he was keeping the children, and when was he keeping the children? What source did you have for that information? If you don't mind me asking.
Say that last part again. Keeping the children, did you say?
What source do you have that he was keeping the children? What source do you have?
Uh, I didn't say he was keeping the children. I'm referring to an incident in February in which he attempted to kidnap another child back in February. This is, of course, all alleged, uh, but we have found out recently. This has been on our local
Oh, yes,
news.
we heard about that. Yes. Or maybe maybe
Yes.
I misunderstood what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. But yeah, it's kind of scary because I think what we're dealing with here is someone who's not mentally stable. And so one of the big concerns have been, was Cash sexually assaulted? And he was found with his shorts on. So I hope that did not happen. And it seems Monica knew that Darryinn was mentally unstable. She has not been forthcoming regarding her relationship with Darryinn. She denied even at first that she even knew him, and now it's all
That's
of
what
a
the media
sudden
has said. That's what the
she's
media has said, madam.
intervening.
Now, I can put some insight into it.
Yes,
Darryinn,
not only media, we're talking neighbors as well. Yeah, sure,
yeah,
go
but
ahead.
see,
Yes, hi.
Benny,
yeah.
Benny, wait a minute. Let her finish, Benny.
Yeah.
Let her finish. Please let her
Yeah,
finish.
sure.
Well, I'm definitely, would love to hear what he
I
has to
can't
say.
really,
I
I
just
can't
wanted to
really hear. That's the problem I'm having. I can't hear.
I just wanted to say that it's not just media. We're talking about neighbors and multiple people that live in that neighborhood that are
Okay.
also speaking
Okay.
on this. So yeah, go ahead, Benny.
Yeah. Well,
I'd
see,
love to hear what
I'm
you
the
have
type
to
of
say.
person. I always like people to tell me a source because no matter what I think of the situation, I still like to have a source of where somebody heard something. Yeah, I'm just saying I like to have a source because
Sure.
in this case, it's like any other case, it's a lot of people talking.
Oh yeah.
We all have our own opinions of what we think happened, but in the end, I state this in every case I do. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. And it doesn't matter if I like the people or not. If I have a good feeling about them. In the end, I was not there. I was not there. And I like to hear a source when I hear he said, she said, stop. Especially when we're talking about allegations of sexual assault, things like that. Because I don't like that kind of talk, especially when it's coming from social media. I like somebody to bring me a receipt. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's a vile accusation to put on
Oh
anybody.
yeah.
Because we already got a case of a guy
I don't think there's any indication
allegedly on
that there's
video
been
taking a
any.
kid. Now he's saying he didn't take her.
Yeah. I don't think there's any allegations of
That there's
sexual
what, baby?
assault right now. I think they're waiting on forensic
Well, there's
analysis.
there's a rumor circulating on Facebook that the grandfather started, her father started it, from what the people are saying. I don't go to Facebook much to inquire information because I just don't do that.
Sure. Yeah. I absolutely understand that.
Because you don't know, I don't know that man. I don't know these people. I don't know any of these
Right.
people. So anybody can just get up and say, oh yeah, some kid's being molested, blah, blah, blah. And you don't tell us the suspect. You don't tell us how long you knew. You don't tell us what you did. So it's like you just throw something out there and then the people run wild and they carry it around. And before you know it, that rumor spread around and now everybody's believing that one of these children were molested and we don't have no facts, no proof, no nothing. And so I don't like those type of
No, you
allegations
cannot.
unless somebody can bring a receipt and
I
tell us
can
the
give you
name of
I can
something.
give you a little insight into the scenario with the neighbor, the young Hispanic neighbor girl. We talked about this earlier in the week, Monica and I, and we brought it out. I think it may have been Monday or Tuesday. So what happened was there was the big hubbub over there at the neighbors, and of course the whole neighborhood is lit up with police, quite naturally. And so the kids come out and say, or the kids come in and say, hey, mom, Darrynn's in trouble. So she comes out and she's, the scene is happening or whatever. And the police did ask her a few questions and they said, what did they know about him? And what she said was that he was a troublemaker. Okay. So they took him away and, they took him for an evaluation at a subsequent time. They released him. That's not what they do with people that, are really suffering some sort of mental deficit.
Well,
not only that, but
when was this, Benny?
This was in February. Yeah. So what happened was after he was evaluated.
Well, when was this? When was this, Benny? Say what, honey?
This was in February.
Correct. Yeah.
February. So what happened?
Yes.
He was just outside hanging out, and what? And why would Monica go out there? I don't understand.
No,
Benny,
I don't know if you want to say the incident or.
The kids were outside and they saw all the police activity with Darryinn in the car. So they go inside and they're like, hey, mom, Darrynn's in trouble. So she comes out just to see what's going on. And she tells the officer he's a troublemaker. So they take him away and they have him evaluated and they cut him loose. Right now, they found that he was competent. So they went ahead and charged him.
So is this the incident? Is this the incident pertaining to the little girl that was allegedly kidnapped?
or attempted kidnap?
Correct. That he
Correct.
attempted to. Well, really,
Correct.
he basically a neighbor's house and claimed he was looking for his
Yes. Okay. Well,
unknown
explain this to
girlfriend.
me, because this is even more strange. So what are
Right.
you
So he
telling me?
goes.
That this guy's
Okay.
house
So
is how far from Monica's house with the 2-year-old?
correct. It's on the same street. And he went into this house and he claimed he was going to keep this girl and until he found his unknown girlfriend. It was a complete weird, like almost mental situation. And my understanding from neighbors and from the media, and this has also been, said by people directly associated to this, that Monica Sherrod, who is the woman that was Cash's caretaker, who lived right down the street, came down and intervened in the
Yes.
situation, and he was then sent for an evaluation. But he essentially assaulted the man
Okay.
and attempted to
Yes,
kidnap
in the house.
his
Yes.
2-year-old granddaughter. And this
Yes.
happened just
Has
a few
enough
months
power.
before this
Do
situation.
we
Yes.
do we believe Monica has enough power to tell the police who to not charge and what, I
So
mean,
let me ask you something. So let me ask you something.
No, I
The
don't
incident with
believe
him
that.
outside, did this take place after he had got out that man's house?
let me tell you this. He's not crazy, Queen. You want to know why? Because he doesn't shop for little kids in his neighborhood because he knows it's wrong, right? He shops for kids in Monica's
He's
neighborhood.
not.
But Benny, let
You
me
don't
ask you
think
something.
he?
When they got him in the police car or whatever, did this happen after? Wait a minute. Did this happen when he got in the car? Was this after he had left that man's house?
What man's house are you referring to? The one that he
Anybody
broke
hear the
into in
queen?
February? Are you
Nobody
referring
hears
to?
me.
No, we hear you. Are you referring
Right.
to the man's house and that he broke
Benny,
into in February?
I don't know why my volume is horrible.
A lot of miscommunications and confusions. Let me tell you this.
Oh, I know that. What
Yeah,
I'm saying is, when
after
he was in the car with the police, was this after everything went on in the house with the grandfather? That's all I'm asking.
been before, right? It had to have been after. So, yeah, I mean, the police came after the situation. He initially went in
Go
and
ahead.
said that he
Go
said
ahead,
he was
Benny.
okay. He said he was looking for someone that
I
didn't live
can't hear
there.
her for some reason. I don't know what's going on. That's what I was
So,
asking. That's all I was asking.
okay, after he was evaluated, Miss
Okay.
Brown,
So they
Darrynn's,
do know of him and the situation with the guy. Okay. Okay. So this is what's crazy. If the police knew about that incident, then why wouldn't the guy have tried to press charges then? If this is confusing to me.
I think that
Go ahead.
it was the greater of two evils. You could have potentially locked him up for a lot of this vagrant vandalism type stuff, or you build a case. And I think that it just took a while with the COVID and everything. Our courts were really, really slow. So I think it took a while to get an indictment on that.
Yeah.
And now, here we are. It's fine timing. It seems as if it's Jesus's timing. But let me tell you this. Miss Brown called Monica after Darryinn was evaluated and called her and thanked her for not having him arrested. And Monica,
Somebody in the chat wants to know, did you ask her, was she in a relationship with Mr. Brown?
of course she wasn't. She was in a relationship with Trevor. And she was with the love of her life for 10 years before that. There was never any
Okay.
time, like Trevor's only been gone, a very short time. And her focus hasn't been on a man. It's been on caring for
Benny,
those
can
two
you hear
children.
me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It has been on a relationship.
Someone in the chat wants to know: Did you ask Monica about her having a relationship with Mr. Darryinn Brown?
No, absolutely not. She didn't have time.
Do you
That's
care
not.
to know the truth, Benny? Huh?
The only truth I know is what she's told me.
I
I
might
could
be
tell
lagging
you.
a bit. I'm sorry.
I could tell you what Monica's. I know what her preference is in men. She likes
I can't hear you,
Caucasian.
baby.
I'm sorry. She likes Caucasian men.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me. She likes Caucasian men. Not to say
And
that,
men,
go ahead.
and it ain't black men. Okay.
No, that's
Okay.
not her preference. Yeah, that's not her preference. Her preference is country white boys. That's her preference. So, she certainly would not have had a problem, finding another man. She didn't need to deal with a drug-induced teenager,
Okay.
right?
Okay, that's fine.
So,
That's fine.
yeah, it's an unfortunate thing that there's so much miscommunication, but I talked to Monica.
Well, somebody in the chat asked that, so I decided to go ahead and
it's
go ahead and ask you, since you obviously have been talking to Miss Monica.
Yes, ma'am. I talk to her multiple times a day. I mean, all day, every day. We check in with each other and just make sure that everything is going okay.
Go ahead.
Because for her, it's just.
I'm going to take myself out for a minute. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Where'd you go? No, for Monica, it's just minute to minute. There's it's been an abrupt finality for all this, and now her family.
Go ahead and speak.
Okay. Her family's been thrown in the mix.
I thought maybe if I went out, maybe it'll help.
And it's a very unfortunate thing. But what we're seeing is we're seeing law enforcement focus on Darryinn. It's only the court of public appeal that's focusing on the rest of the family. And we have to know that it's safe to always side on the side of law enforcement, right? You'd rather be wrong with law enforcement than wrong with, a vicious online community that's kind of threading the needle, so to speak, like, from California or from somewhere else. You don't understand the ripple you make. Not you, Queen,
Okay.
but some of the real negative channels. This lady is getting actual death threats. She's the police are all around, not because she's any sort of suspect, because they're continuing to take reports about vandalism and death threats. So, that's your quintessential victim blaming. Until law enforcement, or if law enforcement ever decides they want to take a focus on her, it's victim blaming. Monica did the very best that she can do. Unfortunately, I know details that I would love to release to people and say, and say, well, Monica's not this and she's not that. But that's not her aim. She doesn't have anything to prove to the online world. And so there's a lot of details that will come out later at the end of all this, and you'll understand exactly why Trevor decided to leave these boys with Monica. Monica's not just a friend. Okay, it's not, I'm not at liberty to explain why. But go ahead.
Hey, Benny, this is Dee Dee. Hey, Queen.
Hi.
Benny, I got a question. So,
Sure.
Did Trevor know Darryinn?
Trevor knew of Darryinn.
I'm gonna let you all talk. I'm listening. Okay. I'm just saying. I thought maybe I'd take myself off the camera. Maybe it would help. I'm just kind of like moving around.
Okay.
A bit. So you all go ahead and talk. I'm here.
Trevor knew of Darryinn just because Darrynn's been
go ahead.
Everyone around there knew about Darryinn. I mean, everybody knows about Darryinn. So, okay. I don't know the extent of the relationship. I don't think that there was any. But yes, they knew of each other because, there was probably a difference.
You mean between Darryinn and Cameron is what you're saying?
No, Trevor and Darryinn. They just knew each other. They were not friends. They weren't associates.
Was there a friendship between the two, Benny?
No. No.
Okay. Second,
Who knew each other? I can't hear well.
okay. I asked if Trevor knew Darryinn.
Who knew each other?
Trevor and Darryinn.
Just repeat what you said. Trevor knew who?
Darryinn. He did not know Darryinn. They were not friends.
Okay, he said what? I can't hear good for some reason.
Oh, okay.
My
They
volume
just-
is off.
Trevor was just aware of the activities that Darryinn had going on in the neighborhood.
He said no?
Yeah, they did not. No, they didn't know each other like that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Did Cameron have a friendship with Darryinn or not?
No. Trevor had his own group of friends, and the group of friends that Cameron has.
Well, see, that's what's the problem, Benny. It's that the versions keep changing day to day, and that's where people are having a problem with the versions. They keep changing day to day, and that's why people have.
I can tell you this, that Monica's
What about him?
Monica's not helping develop anything. It's all the medias and the narratives. It's impossible for anyone to try to track down if they don't have contact with the family. It's impossible for them to try to track down where any of this allegedness came from. Cameron had his own group of friends. They played basketball. Cameron is a big gamer, and so all of his friends are gamers, and they're out of the way. They're not in the street. Darryinn was not a gamer.
Well, can you explain to us why he was at the house 2 days beforehand? Can you explain that? Okay.
I can't necessarily explain it because.
Well, can you explain why he was at that house 2 days beforehand?
If you want my opinion, that's all I can give you. And it's not my opinion; it's the opinion of the family. It's just that his behaviors were ramping up, and
that's fine. That's fine. Well, because that's what's got people confused,
right,
about his friendship with the son. It's because 1 minute it's I went to school with him, but I don't know him. Then it turned around. He was at the house, and the mother said, "I don't want you here." So that threw people off. So
Now you also have to understand that in that neighborhood and in the environment in that neighborhood.
Go ahead, honey.
You don't really want to be calling the police on people in that neighborhood unless it's a serious deal. Like I said in the beginning, I grew up about 4 or 5 tenths of a mile from there. So I went to the same high school that Cameron went to, and all that jazz. All the kids, they're going to the same schools. I grew up right there. Darryinn was sort of an outcast of his own right. He had a brother, Alex, and they were in tow. But it's not safe to say that they were friends. They just knew of each other. They knew a lot of the same people. But as far as like friends, kick it friends, like go to the social medias, and you're not going to find pictures of Darryinn on their social medias or anything like that. It wasn't like that.
So there's a possibility that they could have been just hanging in the same groups.
But I haven't even heard that much about Darryinn hanging in that group. Darryinn was kind of his own thing, his own entity. Darryinn was experimenting with ecstasy, GHB, and some methamphetamine.
How do you know that?
Yeah. The younger brother, Alex, unfortunately, he got caught smoking it in the house there. At the day of the search, I believe it was the 21st, they searched that house on Bayberry, and they ended up finding a stolen handgun that was registered to someone that lived in Bogota, Texas. So,
but no charge.
This was a lot going on in that house.
Now, Benny, I have a question. You saw this article in Fox 4 with the KDFW about the homeowner, the grandfather who tried to snatch his 2-year-old granddaughter.
Right.
Did you read that article? Have you seen that article?
Yeah, I have. And it's you know, it came out in lieu of Dallas Morning News trying to raise issues with Mr. Brown's competency. You know, it seems, you know, it seems as if to the regular general public that his behavior was just completely psychotic and he was, you know, mentally defunct. But what you're seeing is an impulsivity towards children, a perversion towards children. You're also seeing a lot, like he's doing a lot of these activities in the middle of the night. So it's fairly safe to reason. Plus, with what we know about him using substances.
So what I want to get at the comment what he allegedly said. I'll just read just a little of this.
Sure.
The homeowner told Fox 4 the only reason he didn't press charges at the time of the attack is because a woman who lived a few doors down asked him not to, saying Brown was suffering from a mental episode. She also told him Brown sometimes stays with her.
You know what? Her and I have not had that talk, so if I commented, it would be complete speculation.
So actually, you really don't know if he has stayed with her or not.
I can't comment on that right now as to the relevance of, you know, the time frame, but I can tell you that he was actively living in his mother's house. Mr. Brown.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but she says
Correct.
Sometimes stays at her house.
I can't. I just right now, for the sake of the active investigation, I just can't comment on that. I can just tell you that he was actively living in his house.
Oh yeah. Oh, I understand that. And
now, there was a time where Monica was away for about 8 or 9 months, and that house was being run by someone else, and it was the same environment, the same group of people, except for Monica wasn't there. So there was an awful long time span going on there where Monica's not privy to a lot of the things that went on before she came home.
Okay. So do you think Monica knows where Trevor is?
I know where Trevor is. The news knows where Trevor is. I mean, it's everyone knows where Trevor is now.
Well, where is he?
He's in Houston.
Houston is pretty big.
Yeah.
So when did the kids actually move in with Monica? Do you know that?
Turn himself in?
When did they actually move in with Monica?
Yeah.
Right around 10 to 12 months ago.
So why did she tell the story that they moved in February and then he left in March? See,
right.
It's so many conflicting.
Right. So so when she refers to Trevor, he was there, but he wasn't there. Right. She knew Trevor for quite a long time before she actually invited them to come in. So I guess when I say a year, I mean, you know, altogether she knew him a year. She would do different things, like allow the boys to come, and then he would go off, and then he'd come back and get the boys. But you got an echo.
When you got an echo.
Hello?
Okay.
I have to remove myself from the other device. Sorry about that.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, I'm here.
Miss Dee. Yeah, you're right. As far as him, you know, establishing a residence there. Yes, sometime in late January, February.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, like I said, this article in Fox 4, you don't think that's a true statement from this grandfather? What happened in February?
You know what? I don't think it's a true statement because I don't think Monica has enough power in the world to go over there and exonerate that boy from an attempted kidnapping and an assault.
Well,
You know,
it says according to the arrest warrant, Dallas police officers ended up picking him up on a social services referral.
right? That was some other stuff that I can't comment about. Unfortunately, it's a Brown family issue, and that will come out when it's time. I don't.
So that had nothing to do with the February incident.
No, there was a lot of different activities going on in the Brown home because there were other minor children, and there were a lot of activities that Darryinn was involved in that was bringing different services to the Brown household.
To the Brown household or to Sherrod's household?
To the Brown household.
Okay.
There was physicalities between the stepfather and Darryinn and Alex. And it was kind of, I don't want to say a chronic thing, but it happened more than once. And with what Darryinn had going on in life, it was, it's just second nature that, Big Brother is, evading the law, stealing cars, kidnapping kids. Everyone wants to make sure the rest of them kids are in good faith. So they had a lot of social services in their life.
So do you know how many people live with Monica?
Yes, somebody asked it. Yeah, hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, girlfriend. Lord have mercy.
What was your question, Queen?
No, it was Dee Dee.
Oh.
Do you know how many people lived in the house with Monica?
She wants to know how many people asked in the chat.
Right now?
I don't even know where my cuff is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right now or then?
Throughout the duration.
Yeah. Or then now.
It fluctuated, but when you had Monica and her kids, and then you had Trevor and his two, it fluctuated between 7 and 9, but it is a 6-bedroom house.
Did her parents live there also?
At one point in time, when her parents had custody of the children while she was paying debt to society, and when she came home, she was,
When was that, Big?
When was that?
How long ago?
That was in 2020. 2020.
Okay, so the parents were not living
or
there.
No, pardon me. 2019. Okay. I'm sorry, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the parents were not living there that you know of when this happened? This year?
No.
This year?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
Alrighty.
Now that's not to say, that's not to say mom wasn't staying the night here and there.
I want to thank you for being so polite on the Queen's channel. Because you've been very boisterous about this case. We're gonna go and get to the gist of that and get that cat out the bag. You've been very boisterous about this case, and a lot of people are curious, Benny. We're going to ask, what is it? Just tell us what you see that maybe we don't see. We'll be honest.
What initially grabbed me was, of course, that neighborhood. I grew up. And I became a man in that neighborhood, right? I did a lot of the...
So it's a personal situation as far as personal ties as a child.
Absolutely. And then I saw what really grabbed me was the way that they were going after Cameron, because I was Cameron when I was 17, 18 years old. I lived where Cameron lived. I went to school where Cameron went to school. I wasn't so advantaged as everyone else. And so this happens in my city. And I feel like, and Monica knows I support her family. And if at any time law enforcement changes their focus, then so do I, and that's just the way it is.
I got another question.
Well, let me ask you something. Okay, well, let me ask something right quick, please, if y'all don't mind.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Benny. I don't know where he fell off. He
Yes,
fell
ma'am.
off or not.
Oh, he's
Okay,
there.
you know that he has an attorney. You know that he has spoken through his attorney, and he adamantly says, I did not break into the house. I did not kidnap Cash Gernon, and nor did I kill Cash Gernon. What do you have to say to his testimony to that?
They all say that.
Okay, but that's
They
what
all
I
say
asked
it.
you. What do you think about what he said?
I think that it's the natural response for someone who is now
Okay.
sitting in the jail in
Okay.
protective custody, thinking about the potential of dying on a table in front of
Okay.
his victim's family. And I think that he's had a huge change of heart, and he's trying to disassociate
Okay.
himself from
Okay.
responsibility. You know, you might be able to say that he got out of the first abduction, but we got him on camera taking the second,
Yes.
right? Like we got
Okay.
him on camera. And I just wanted to add one thing before I jump off here, Queen.
Wait
What's
a
so
minute.
dangerous?
You
Okay.
wait a minute. You said they got him on camera taking the second one.
Yeah, Cash would have been the second child that he attempted to take.
Oh, okay,
correct?
okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Cash and Carter. Okay.
I mean, no, that's, you know, I'm thinking as far as
Okay,
chronologically, he's the second.
Well, let's cut to the rumors of the two videos. A lot of people think that that's two separate people in the videos. That's not. That it is Mr. Darryinn in video 2. That's color, and he's checking on Carter. Number 1 is believed to be Cameron. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I have to say that there's a couple of things in regards to the garments that I just can't comment on. But what I will tell you is
Why not? Don't you do the queen like that now.
I can talk to you about.
I've been very diplomatic to you, sir. Because let me tell you something. I've made a vow that I'm not getting personal about none of these things pertaining to these crimes and this channel and YouTube, because I don't have that kind of time.
Well, there's some
I let you come here, and I thank you for being respectful of my channel. Yeah, but you know the queen gonna ask you these questions, because the first thing people gonna tell me is, well, why didn't you ask him anything? So I'm asking.
There's certain details that I've been told by the detectives and the people, other people involved forensically and criminalists, that there's certain details you have to leave from the public. That way, when it goes into a jury, they don't already have a bias based upon what they've heard in the media. So, you know, this is media. Now, I do want to finish with saying that what happens is with all of this trying to make Darryinn incompetent, what it's doing is it's affecting the Dallas County jury pool, right? So people in Dallas County, how many people are in here? I don't know. I know your numbers, probably a few hundred. So it's potentially a few hundred people in here that are forming a bias that would be sent a jury summons to come sit on a jury in my county. And they're going to be asked by the DA, have they seen or followed any of this coverage online? And you know what they're going to do? They're going to lie. Because there's only two ways to skin this cat. You're either for Monica or you're against her. So if you're for Monica and you go and sit on that jury, then you're automatically against Darryinn, right? So that's why this is so dangerous. It's such a slippery slope, because these messages, they reach all Dallas jurors. And you just can't get.
Somebody wants to know this. Who leaked the video to the Daily Mail, Denny?
Only one person had the footage. So would it be insane? I mean, we see all of the police misconduct, right? We see the police misconduct in this very situation where he could have been stopped. I will adamantly tell you, and I have permission to tell you, that footage was leaked by the police. The police had it, and then
the Daily Mail interviewed them.
Right, but
that's not an interview.
Benny Keys, you talking around the subject now. You know the queen don't do that.
We're all
But I
familiar
thought
with
they
freedom
were
of
actually there
Who?
to interview.
Who released the video to the Daily Mail, Benny Keys?
the Freedom of Information Act releases.
The name is
I
on the
can't hear
video
you.
at the top.
Hey,
The
hey,
Freedom
everybody,
Daily Mail.
slow down. Who? I'm gonna ask one more time. Who leaked the video to the Daily Mail?
The police had to turn it over due to a FOIA request.
The police.
Daily
The
Mail.
police leaked it.
Yeah, the police leaked it. Yeah.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up, so I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you.
Benny, if you saying
Yes.
the Information Act, then it's not a leak.
It is. What it is, Dee, is it's a technical loophole leak. So
okay.
if you happen to find out the number of a confidential informant and you knew what city they lived in, you could call the police and ask for a Freedom of Information Act for all service calls.
Well, Benny, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Benny,
Yeah.
Benny, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm cool with you. I may not agree with stuff that's been going on lately. You do what you want to do. You grown. We all do what we want because we are grown. Let me make that clear while I'm on this live. But I'm gonna tell you now. Most people who know anything about the British, they know about tabloid papers over there. And I'm assuming the Daily Mail would fit into that category. That's not the appropriate people to talk to about nothing. Nothing.
It's actually not, Queen.
We have
It's actually not.
Listen, we have countless of papers, news agents in this city in America to talk to. Why go to them to give a story, video?
They pay.
They didn't pay.
They
didn't pay.
They
No.
pay.
I know they pay. They said
didn't
there's
pay.
an article that they pay.
Yeah.
They
So
didn't pay.
how much did Monica? Is it possible?
So you
that
telling me
Monica
she got
made money?
paid?
That's what I'm wondering.
Monica
I've
got
been
paid nothing.
asking that question for a few days.
Wait a minute.
No.
What did you just say, Benny?
I ain't even on my own live, I guess.
What did you just say?
Monica was not financially compensated for any of that at all.
Okay.
It was her initial statement, and she thought that she's scared of editing now. That's what she's scared of. She really doesn't have a problem going live and talking to folks, but she refuses to have something recorded, pre-recorded, and then let it go through the editing phase because that's where she loses control of her message. So
maybe
what you
someone
had was
should edit it for her.
I'm sorry?
Okay,
Maybe
let me ask
someone
this.
should
Because I
edit it
can't
for
hear
her.
with all the background noise. Did they pay her or not for her story and the
No.
video?
They did not
Okay,
pay her a
I've
dime.
heard that before.
Nope.
But you know, most of us probably think that we don't believe that, right?
Certainly,
saying.
certainly. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, certainly.
Okay, I got one more question and I'm gonna be quiet. Benny,
Yes,
you said Monica called Darryinn Brown's mother?
No. Darryinn Brown's mother
Okay.
called Monica.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they knew each other?
No, they didn't know each other.
Or
I'm not. I would assume that she probably got Monica's number through some sort of report or, something having to do with the paperwork that was generated through the cases.
Okay, Tina, no.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
So
That's not nice.
Do you know the relationship with Darryinn and his mother? I'm not saying his father or his brother, his mother.
I think you know what? I don't want to speculate on that. I don't want to comment. I do know, but there again, that dynamic is more for the courtroom.
Okay, one more question.
Sure.
Everybody complaining about Darryinn throughout the community and stuff. Did anybody go? Do you know if anybody went and knocked on his mother's door?
I'm sure they probably did.
And said something.
I'm sure they probably did. Not anyone from the Sherrod family, but I'm sure.
No. I said it from the neighborhood.
Oh, I'm sure lots of people probably did. I'm sure YouTubers have been over knocking on her mom's door.
Okay.
I might go pick in front of her house. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, Quinn, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, and I'm gonna jump off the line.
Yeah. oh, now you're gonna give it back to me? Oh, well, damn.
It was nice talking to everybody, but I might come back up. It was nice talking to you, Benny.
Thank you, Miss Dee Dee.
I'm gonna let somebody else come up.
Every day, can I ask Benny Keys a quick question?
You might as well. Dee Dee didn't ask them everything. I'm just
I know,
on
right?
the computer.
No, those were great. Those were great questions. Benny Keys, do you believe that Darryinn is responsible for what happened to Cash Gernon?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
100%. I mean,
Okay.
I don't get into a lot of the video analyzing, but I did happen to come across the video that was kind of it was unpixelated, and
Right.
you can clearly see that he has a pocket knife in his hand while he's in the room.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I think without question, unless he passed off the knife to someone else. Now what we do know is that there was a law enforcement move from the area that they were investigating. A lot of elements went to another residence in the area, and the onlookers moved with them. And in the onlookers was a friend of Monica's, and they did put a Hispanic teenager, I don't know how old, put him in the back of the car, and his phone was turned over to the Dallas police. Allegedly, he was with Brown and did some videoing and documenting of this.
So do you know whose car they was in?
I'm sorry?
Do you know whose car they was in?
The police.
Oh, okay. I just said I was going to drop down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, Miss Dee
Well,
Dee,
you
you're
do
good.
know that.
Like,
you know that Lieutenant Wise believes that he is the only suspect in this case, and I have heard you speak of a Hispanic male, but she is saying right now, Lieutenant Wise, that he is the only one. How do you feel about her perception, her commentary on that, Benny Keys?
Well, we know historically that that people that are forced to do something in concert with someone else in a crime, like say, you walk up and your friend shot somebody and he puts the gun at you and says, "Hey, help me get rid of this body or I'm going to kill you too." So, we do know that there was a second individual involved, but I'm starting to deduce that probably he was more of a victim than anything. He may have been threatened by Brown to do this, and I think that.
Let me ask you something. Why do you think? Sure. Why do you think it's this Hispanic male? Who told you that he's involved? Because I have to ask myself, if somebody's going to repeat that, how would they know? Right. Then that means they have information after the fact or before the fact or during the fact.
That came from Monica and from her dad. They knew very early on by onlookers and friends in the neighborhood, and from whatever very little police contact they had during that time, that there was another individual that was of interest of some sort. So
and how did they know? And Benny, how did they know that somebody else is involved besides Mr. Brown?
Allegedly, Darryinn.
Well, I mean, you had all the police. You had all the police activity. I mean, you had ton. I would say it could have been safe to say there was 100 police cars out there. So when all of them moved somewhere, the onlookers would go with them. They'd follow it to see what was going on. And as they moved to this other residence, they did make contact with the Hispanic male, and he was put in the car, and his phone was taken into evidence. That's what I know from the family.
Right. Benny, does Darryinn drive?
Darryinn does not drive. No.
And do you know what hand
What did you ask? What did you ask? You asked him, did Darryinn drive? Does he drive?
Does he drive? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does he have a car? He has a car, Benny Keys.
No, he had criminal violations that would have.
Well, does Cameron have a car? Does Cameron Morey have a car?
No. No cars. In fact, there was, I don't know, 30, maybe 20, 25 of Cameron's really close friends. They all had the Cash shirts on and everything. There was only 2 of those gentlemen that drove, and they took a few kids back to the house. But mainly all the kids are from that neighborhood, and they walked to Monica's house and met with, Trevor, or not Trevor, Cameron and his younger brother Mikey, and they walked over. So it's it's a bunch of kids that are 17, 16, 17, 18 years old, fresh out of high school. This is like essentially their first summer out of school. So
Right.
quite a lot of them don't have cars.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you believe Darryinn was in that? Do you think that Darryinn was in the house by himself? He had a cohort there. Was somebody else filming? Tell me what you think. Who was all in the room at the time that he allegedly kidnapped Cash Gernon?
I don't know definitively that there was anyone necessarily in the room, but I believe what the family tells me until I have a reason to believe otherwise. They keep telling me things that pop up before the news does, and it's got a different spin than what the news does, which I totally expected.
Okay.
Not only that,
Okay.
but they actually have not had any contact with the police about this case, only about threats and vandalism.
May I ask about the second child?
Wait. Let him repeat what he said. I didn't hear what he said. What did you say, Benny?
They've had no contact with the police about the case other than the first initial couple days.
Okay.
Any contact they have now is just with dealing with threats and vandalism. Now,
well, let me ask you this. You had mentioned, I'd heard you mention something about a Hispanic male being involved, and you obviously got that information from Miss Monica. Do you still believe that right now, that there's a Hispanic male involved in this case?
I don't have a reason to not believe her. And that's,
Okay.
and that's the stance that I'll take in any case when there's a marginalized victim. I stand behind every marginalized victim until the law changes their mind.
Okay.
And then I have to follow them, or I look like a fool.
Benny,
Well, let me ask you this.
Can I
wait 1 second, Ms. Crimes. Somebody in the chat wants to know, did you know Monica before this case aired to the news?
Not a day in my life. Nope.
Okay.
She's from Houston. Okay. She's only been living in this
Somebody
area.
asked.
Yeah. She's from Houston.
Okay.
And so she doesn't have a network here.
So why are you
so go ahead, Crimes.
What's she saying?
I was just going to ask Benny if he had any theory behind why Darryinn came back for the second child.
The second time. Yeah, because that's odd to anybody. That's very odd.
I believe he treated them like prey.
Yeah, the problem that we have here with the various types of methamphetamine, we have the strangest behavior here. I think that it is safe to say that he was sexually motivated. Now, what's strange and very intriguing about Darryinn Brown is that he doesn't have a sexual preference. He just likes little kids.
Well, I thought about that with the girl. I thought about that myself. Now, I did think about that with the little girl. I said, if I am to believe that he went in this house to steal this child, he watched her because he obviously is a watcher. I'm going to say that.
Right.
He doesn't have a preference. He doesn't have a preference.
He does not have a preference. So what we know about the pathology of suspects that don't have a preference is that when they're successful at their job, it becomes very difficult to find out who they are until they slip up, because you don't have an identifying trait or characteristic. Like most serial killers, they kill within their race. Most of them kill women. Now, this gentleman would have been extremely hard to apprehend if he was more clever and had more of a anti-police design in his methodology. He would have been very hard to catch because you wouldn't have been able to pin him down. He would have offended against old people and young alike. And there would have been, I don't think he would have tried to sexually assault men, but I do think he would have tried to have sexually assaulted, a soft target elderly person or a woman that he found opportunistic, and quite naturally, children. He does not have a preference. Now, what you find a lot of times in the meth culture here in Dallas is that a lot of straight guys, they will start dealing with the methamphetamines, and then they sort of lose all boundaries of their sexuality. They
Well, that
become
happens
The
essentially
because we know that
inhibitions kind
we
of
know that
follow.
we know that with crack
right.
cocaine, Benny, and a
Yeah,
lot of
that's men
men
Absolutely,
and
and
women.
were straight,
absolutely,
appear
Queen.
straight, but you do what you got to do to get the
To
drugs.
get it exactly.
Mhm.
So he's just a very intriguing reptile. He is thankfully we can study him from here, because we certainly saw a really ramp up in the progression of his activities from day dot till day arrest. So he
Right.
was a very unique savage, very unique.
So
Um,
wait a minute.
I'm going to jump off, but I wanted to ask Miss Dee Dee if
Benny,
she
are you
was a
looking at the
content
chat?
creator.
I'm
Benny,
not
are
looking
you
at the
looking at the
chat. No,
chat?
no, ma'am.
I'm
Because a
sorry,
lot of
crime and
questions is coming up
investigations.
about Cameron being
Yeah,
involved.
I
People want to
I
know if
just
he's
wanted to
involved.
know if
You all
Miss
already know that he does
Miss.
not think that Cameron and that woman is involved. Why even ask the question?
Correct. I will say this.
Well,
Wait a
I'm going to drop off. It was a pleasure, Miss Shenanigan. I just wanted to know if Miss Dee Dee and Benny Keys were content creators. Are they YouTubers or?
No, ma'am, honey. I just follow the queen.
I am a creator.
Okay. Okay. So is that your name on YouTube, Benny Keys, altogether?
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's
Okay.
actually Blood Money, Benny Keys.
Blood Money, Benny Keys. All right. I was just
Ooh.
curious, but
Yes.
everyday
Well,
shenanigans.
crime
Thank you.
investigation. Let me ask you some
Yes.
questions.
Sure.
Crimes investigations.
Yes.
Hello. Let
I'm
me ask you
here.
something. Since you've
Yes.
been asking, because I didn't really have to say nothing on my own damn channel. What do you think happened?
What do I think happened? I believe that
Yeah.
Darryinn Brown has some mental has a serious mental condition. He's very unstable mentally. I believe that there may have been a sexual motivation if meth was involved, possibly, but I'm waiting on forensic analysis
Okay.
on that one. But
Okay.
it's obvious that Darryinn had some mental situations going on. I think that's why DPD is very slow to release information right now. So,
Okay.
that's how I feel about it. But I definitely do feel he did commit this. But of course, I have to say allegedly until he is convicted
Okay. That's
in a
okay.
court.
Get-
Okay.
But
So you think? So what do you think his motivation is? You trying to say you think the motivation is sexual motivation?
possibly, if it was drug fueled, I think that is a possibility. Or I think
Okay.
he was absolutely crazy out of his mind. And I think that we need to have continued discussion on what
Mm-hmm.
it could have been if he was just mentally unstable. If they find that there was no sexual assault, which I hope they
Mm-hmm.
do, then it's going to make it even crazier. And the fact that he went back for the second child, and if there was no sexual assault involved, that is going to be something. And then let's not even kid ourselves here. We're talking about an 18-year-old black man and a 4-year-old white child. That in itself is unusual circumstances in a case like this. So,
Yes.
there's a lot to come on this. I look forward to hearing the discussions that you'll hold on your channel. I look forward to these thoughts and Benny Keys, all of you actually.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you believe the allegation of him attempting to take the 2-year-old back in February?
I do. Yes, I
Absolutely.
do. And what I'm really concerned about is that Monica Sherrod also kind of somewhat intervened, and it was said that she walked down to where this was happening. And what that means to me is that she's not being forthcoming about her relationship with
Well, may I say
Darryinn.
something?
That's
There's two
my
ways.
concern, is that,
Okay.
because at first she had known that well, then,
Right.
he
And
was
Benny,
just
that's
a
what most of us,
friend
our
of,
feelings is about her. Is
yeah.
in the
Right.
beginning, they acted as if they did not have no dealings with
Right,
Darryinn
exactly.
Brown. That's the problem.
Well, I
Exactly.
mean,
But all of a sudden,
but
we're finding out that she is literally intervening, possibly in a where he is kidnapping a 2-year-old child, but he seemed to
Let
have
me
a
ask you this.
mind even in that situation.
Let
Yeah,
me ask
like
you
he
this real
was like
quick.
looking for an unknown girlfriend who wasn't even there and saying, well, I'll give her back when you give me my girlfriend. So that's obviously not
If she
mentally
had,
stable.
let's just say hypothetically, she had advocated for Brown to
Go
the
ahead, Pete, I'm sorry.
police, why, not why, but wouldn't that also make her an advocate for trying to get help for someone with a mental health issue? I think that it's a slippery slope for Monica, because whether she did or didn't advocate for Brown to the police, she still did. Now, I do want to address her drug use. A lot of
Right.
people are saying she looked high in the
Yes,
videos.
yes, yes.
Everyone has pulled up her criminal background, and we know,
Yes.
right? We all know that she's on bond for a situation.
Oh wow.
She's on a bond supervision that does call
I
for
didn't.
her
I
to do a
didn't
urine
know.
analysis.
I didn't know. No, Queen didn't know. But thank you for telling me. So what's she on
Yeah.
a bond provision for? What?
She dropping the tea.
You guys could go and see Queen. I'd rather not put her name in there like
No,
that. But it's a
Queen. No.
past interview.
I told y'all not gonna do that on my channel. No,
Well, you know,
you open Pandora's box. Finish it. Everybody be
I
quiet.
think it's
Um,
obvious it's meth use. It's obvious it's drug possession, and of
Exactly. There you go.
methamphetamines.
Now let me tell
And
you something. Let me tell you something though. The drug possession, and I hope I don't get in trouble for this. The drug possession was from Monica taking a drug charge for Trevor.
I could believe
Okay.
that.
Allegedly.
I could believe
Alleged.
that.
No, I mean,
Right.
that's
All of
that's
this
what
is
she told me.
allegedly.
That's what she
Right.
Well,
told
when
me.
did it happen?
So
Everybody calm down. When did it happen, Benny Keys?
This was
December of
I don't
2020.
remember. Yeah, something like that. It wasn't too long ago.
A few months.
But
A
it's
few months
obvious
back.
that they both do meth together. It's that's obvious. That
Well, Benny, let's cut to the
offender
chase.
flock together.
They
Let's cut to
actually
the chase.
don't do meth together because Trevor's drug of choice is heroin.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so they don't do drugs
Interesting.
together. In fact, she
Okay.
was trying to help him.
Let's cut to the chase. You obviously feel some type of way about Monica, old neighborhood, old history, your preference. But let's be truthful. These people have records dealing with drugs, fraud, different things. Do you actually think, Benny Keys, these are people that should have had children, raising children? Let's be truthful. We're going to cut all the other BS of
If
Peter
there
Paul
was
Dick.
somewhere,
She has
if
her
there was
own
somewhere,
children. He brought 2 children. Do you actually think it was good for him to bring 2 children there with her?
I mean, as the lesser of two evils,
I'm saying
I
seriously.
think that, I'll tell you. I think that Monica, she found herself in a situation where she was getting her life together, and then took on the responsibility of the 2 boys. Now, I'll tell you this: if the 2 boys were in danger at any time, why did Mindy Seagrove and her mother not call the police and try to get them boys back? Now, I'll tell you
My
what,
understanding is the police were involved, though, and that has
CPS
been
was involved.
reported.
CPS
Well,
was
I
involved.
also heard that
Say what?
authorities
Say
were
her mother.
involved in looking
You said
for
the bio
boys,
mother.
too.
You talking about the bio mother? You
Yes.
talking about the bio
But-
mother?
Yeah, Trevor. Yes, Trevor.
Well, Alexis, she
asked
knew
about.
what the children are. Oh,
I'm sorry?
Trevor's mother.
No,
You said
no.
Trevor's mother
The bio
knew. She knew what the children were.
No.
No.
Everyone knew where the children were. Everyone knew where the children were. But
Well, they're
happened
saying
was
they don't. So let's keep that clear. That is Sherrod's version. Is that they didn't want the woman didn't want her kids. She tried to contact them back in Christmas time, I guess 2020. But that's our
She's a
point.
truck
That's
driver.
all Miss Sherrod's version.
No,
Yes.
she's a truck.
Okay. So
The bio
what
mom's
is
a
the
truck
truth?
driver.
We
So-
don't know the truth.
Right, and the
But see, that's
the
the
mother,
truth. We don't know
the
the truth.
grandmother. Go ahead. The maternal grandmother has an
Go
alcohol
ahead.
issue. So
Okay.
Everybody had a problem.
Who's mama?
Okay.
Whose mama got?
yeah. The
Benny,
grandma's
do you
not
think?
fit.
Benny, do you think the videos was
I
tampered
don't have
with?
an alcohol problem.
Custody of
No, I think the
Carter.
video
I
was
don't have an
tampered with.
alcohol problem. I keep talking about these
Gotcha.
stories.
I
Go ahead and submit it. Wait a minute.
Benny.
Whose mama
absolutely
got an
do.
alcohol problem?
baby mama's mama, maternal grandmother.
The one that's got custody of the kid. That's what I would ask you. Where is Carter?
Listen, it's been a pleasure, and I'm going to reach out to you, Benny Keys. So be looking for that. I'll be reaching out to you. And thanks, Mrs. TD, and thanks to Everyday Shenanigans. I don't know if it's my connection, but I think Everyday Shenanigans is having like some kind of connection issue. It's just clocking.
But I want Benny to
I
answer
can hear
that question.
You guys okay?
Just hold on, Queen. Benny, I want you to answer that
question. Did you know Trevor has 2 daughters as well? Now, I can't comment on where they are, but the grandmother, she has an alcohol issue, and the bio mother is an over-the-road truck driver. So she had the 2 girls. Yeah.
The child, Carter Gernon, where is he right now?
With Mindy Seagroves, the mother.
Did Trevor have custody of the children?
Which grandmother were you speaking of? Listen, which grandmother were you speaking of has an alcohol problem?
Mindy.
The mom's mother.
Mindy.
Miss Seagrove?
Mindy's mom. Yeah.
But she has
Miss what's her name? Ward, or whatever I call her, Connie?
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that has custody of them?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of strange.
So wait a minute. The state, hey, I don't want nobody else talking, please. Nobody say nothing else, please. Because I'm getting frustrated. The state gave this lady custody of a child that's an alcoholic. That's what you're telling me?
No, they gave the custody to the mother of the child. Carter's mom.
The bio mother. Okay.
Right. Now,
how's she going to take care of the child if she's a truck driver?
Well, she's not, right? She's not.
No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. How do I know? I don't know her.
I'm saying she's
That's the rule. No, listen. Miss Sherrod said she's a truck driver, didn't they? Or somebody said she's a truck driver. So you trying to tell me what? She quit her job now to take care of her kid? Carter?
I couldn't comment on that. I don't know. I would hope not, but I don't know how they're going to work that dynamic out.
The bio mother has the child allegedly, not CPS custody, because somebody jumped on my community post and said she don't have the child allegedly.
No, that's not true. She does have the child.
Okay, in Houston.
In Houston.
And allegedly her mama is an alcoholic. Am I following right?
Correct.
So what happened to the truck driving job?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that she's lost it. I mean, I think she's probably, on just a generic leave of absence like everyone else, or what do you call it, bereavement or whatever. I don't know her situation, but I know that Cash is back there.
Carter.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Steve.
I found that weird because I'm trying to figure out why the state would give her this child back when allegedly the father, Trevor, had custody. So do you have any information to how he got custody, how long he had custody up until he met Miss Sherrod?
They had 4 kids. They had 4 kids, and when they got divorced, Mindy kept the 2 girls. Well, no, let me step back. Mindy had all 4 kids at the onset of the divorce, and she couldn't handle it. So Trevor came and got the 2 boys. And so Trevor had the 2 boys, Mindy had the 2 girls. Where it went awry was because Trevor had mentioned to Mindy that he wanted to claim the boys on the taxes down in Dallas.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and she got upset, and so she called the CPS. And that's the CPS got involved. Now, if you were wanting,
let me stop you right there before you go any further, Benny. That's going to be a problem what you're saying, because it's your friend who told the public that she dropped the children off at Trevor's grandmother's house when he got out of jail, and she went off into the sunset.
Night. Sure did.
I mean, I can't attest to that. I can't comment.
Well, why can't you say you can't attest to that? Benny, because she told the public, she told the Daily Mail that.
Watch the
I
video.
don't know anything about that. I don't know anything
Well, I'm
about
telling
that.
you. We ain't
No, I
telling
understand.
you. It's
I
your
understand.
friend, your new friend, not nasty. She told the public
That is kind of nasty, Queen.
she
That's
went
kinda
dropped
nasty.
those children off while he was living with his grandmama, had just got out of jail, and then that was the end of the conversation. She didn't explain the circumstances, nothing, just that he had just got out of jail, was living with his grandmama, and she took them kids and dropped them off over there with him and his grandmama.
Okay, so if she did that, then I mean, she may have, but at some point he came back, right, with the boys and left with her again, right? So does that mean he left the kids with her twice?
He had to come back. He didn't have to come back. Listen, he didn't have to come back with a Benny because he already had him, allegedly.
The man was doing drugs and making the kids live in the back of a car while he was at game rooms.
Okay, that's the point. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is that if we are to believe Miss Sherrod, she made a point of saying that the bio mother took the children over to Mr. Trevor while he was living with his grandmother, mother, whoever. He had just got out of jail, prison, and left. Now, what the time frame is? Was it a year ago, 2 years ago? I'm not for sure.
Doesn't that seem strange, Queen, that the mom would wait until he gets out of jail to take the two boys to him? Why not let him get acclimated?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything because I'm just going by
what Monica said.
This is Miss Sherrod. This is your friend doing all this talking.
Yeah, she couldn't.
So that's where we have the problem.
Yeah,
she's been spinning the story from the beginning, Miss Sherrod. So she could have been fed up. She could have said, "You know what? I'm tired of these kids. I got a lot going on. Here, you take them. I've been fooling with them, raising them. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, Mindy, she took. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know about that because I didn't watch the Daily UK because I can't watch the video of that boy taking him out of the room.
I didn't even know there was 4 children.
I know there's a lot of stuff that no one knows, but it's just kind of
okay. Well, Benny, where are they at?
They're with Mindy in Houston. Do you know that those boys don't even know her? They don't even know Mindy.
Wait a minute. Slow down. Wait. Stop. Please stop right now.
Yeah.
What do you mean the other 2 are with her and she drives trucks for a living? Help me out.
So you can deduce that probably while she's driving on the road, someone else is watching them, right? And probably that someone is her mom.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
But Benny, do you know for a fact if these kids don't know their mother? Because this is what Monica is telling you.
He had those children, for the better part of around 2 years. So, as soon as he got out of jail and got done running around, like they haven't seen their mom in a long time. They actually know Monica as their mom. I mean, I wouldn't make it up. I wouldn't want to give anyone credit or take away credit from someone that deserved it as a mother. But she couldn't do all 4, and I understand. And unfortunately, she had made a decision to have children with someone like Trevor. Trevor wasn't ready for the responsibility.
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was ready. That I will agree with. I do not. Just from the 5 felony bonds, I don't know if that's the same bondsman, but that does not look good.
And let me tell you this,
to be
Queen.
responsible for that you owe money. That's crazy to me.
Let me tell you this, Queen. You want to know what he told her before he left? This is what he told her. He said, "I'll be right back."
Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. I got 2 questions about that. Well, go ahead. What
he said, "I'll be right back. I'm going to get Black and Mild."
A Black and Mild. Well, because that's what people do. I'm going to get a cigarette. I'm going to get a Coke, and you never see him again.
You never see him again. That's what he does. But usually they don't leave their 2 twin boys there. What did Miss Sherrod tell you the last time Trevor Gernon was in her house staying? Oh, she didn't give me an exact date. I could ask her and she would tell me, but
the articles are switching it up now. If you didn't know, The articles are switching it up now, saying he left a week before the child was dead.
No. It was about 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
No,
Beforehand.
Benny, you don't know.
Well, guess
You
what,
just said it.
Benny? Well, Benny, wait a minute, Didi. But guess what? 3 weeks still is a lie, because she said March, and March is 2.5 months ago, depending on what day in March. So whether you say 2 months, 2.5 months, somebody lying about Trevor Gernon when he left Miss Sherrod's house, because I've brought 2 sources of information that keep repeating their sources. He just left her house a week before the child was murdered.
That's not true.
That's the problem for the queen.
Yeah, that's not true. It was
okay. It doesn't matter if it's true or
3
not.
weeks.
It's a problem. Yeah. It's a problem.
For who?
Because what we have to ask ourselves, why now are the newspapers lying and saying he just left there?
Well, I mean, the newspapers lie about a lot of things. It's to keep views
and
to
people
sell
that
newspapers.
Talk to people lie about a lot of things too.
Hey, just this is kind of on the topic. Did you guys see? And I'll send it to you because I downloaded it. Somebody made a really clever video and said that I killed Cash. Did you guys know that? Got a ton of views.
No, I have not seen that.
Yeah, got a ton of views. I mean, it's so what we venture into is we venture into what's called the unpromised land, right? Because none of the things.
Benny, watch your tone in the chat.
What happened?
Watch your tone. I said somebody watch your tone in the chat.
No, she said Benny.
Yeah, Benny.
Watch your tone.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off.
Wait a minute, hold on, Benny.
No, I don't really appreciate that.
Before,
that's
why I acknowledge.
Hold on, guys.
See, I don't do what other. I don't do what other YouTubers do. Everybody been talking junk. I'm letting you talk. I'm letting you talk.
Yeah, but if you were to come to my community, I would clean it up. I see a lot of stuff in there now that's just being left alone. So I think I've probably said enough. It's.
But how can I? I can't talk to you. That's what I try to tell people. That's why I have moderators. I can't talk to you. Talk to this one. Talk to that one, and address everybody in the chat.
Oh no, you're no, it's okay, Queen. I'm not upset at you. I'm just not going to continue to share with the community like that in the chat. It's
okay. I understand that. Okay. Well, let me ask you one more. Personal question because
God bless everyone. Have a great night.
No more questions because he can't answer the questions.
I was going to ask him. Does he know? Listen, I was going to ask him. Does he know if Miss Monica Sherrod is currently using narcotics? That's what I was going to ask because of that said video.
Well, I was going to ask him about the videos, about being.
Well, y'all, you see, look, it's a.
He sure did rush to get off.
I'm glad it's over. He said what he said. You either take it with a grain of salt, whatever. I got 203 viewing. Thank you all. Thank you, Benny Keys, for joining me. I thank the viewers for joining me. I don't even know what I just watched because it buffered so much. I lost my own damn way. I tell you the truth.
Well, Queen, if I overbeared, I like to apologize.
Y'all just, I thought I was getting ready to go in the bathroom.
Just bless his heart, but he believes wholeheartedly with Monica, but you don't even know her. That's
I will say this about Benny Keys. I thank him for being respectful to the queen under the circumstances of all the stuff that's been, popping off on the YT. So I will thank him for being respectful to me. Because like I said, I'm not on here for controversy.
Right.
But you can get in controversy just because somebody don't like what you're saying, how you feel about a case, a situation. We learned that with Cal City. And this is my point that I want to say to all YouTubers and people on social media. You cannot get mad at how a person thinks. You cannot get mad if they want to rally with somebody. I understand a lot of us are passionate about certain cases, but in the end, none of us know the people we're talking about. That's the problem. It's that everybody that gets flipped at the tongue, you getting flipped about a person you don't know. Mm-hmm. You going off about somebody you don't know. And so you have to check yourself. Because really it ain't my job or somebody else's job to check you. You need to check yourself.
Amen.
Because you don't know these people. Because how many people have been hoodwinked, bamboozled by somebody they did not know? They've been hoodwinked and bamboozled by somebody that they didn't know. Shut up, Queen. So this is why, as my daddy used to say, God rest his soul, sometimes it's best to just listen and don't say nothing. Just listen. Be quiet. Because now we learn that she run into the disturbed children. Do you know how even more messed up that looks? I didn't say nothing, but it told on itself when he said it. I thought, damn, Betty. Huh? Huh? That, you know how fucked up that looks? This is the same person in the beginning didn't nobody know. That's why that article keeps popping up. We want to know, how does Miss Sherrod know Mr. Brown? But let me take it back. Identify Mr. Brown in the video. Why does that keep coming up in an article? I've brought you this source 2 times. Do the papers lie? They could. Do they get information wrong? Yes, because they get it wrong because somebody either misprint something or you told somebody something that wasn't factual.
Yep.
True.
That's
The
right.
messenger. I'm out. I don't even know what I just watched right now. Because I don't know what I just watched right now. Because I don't even know where to go from here pertaining to this case and these people involvement with one another, their knowledge of one another.
Everything is coming out little by little. Everything is coming out. Just like today, when the neighbor said this and that about Monica saying, you know, about her house and how that house is a safe house for kids like that. So it's all coming out. It's all coming out.
That sounds just as worse as her running to Darryinn Brown when all this fiasco went on with the police. That shows you knew of him to immerse yourself with him.
Yep. So why lie about it in the beginning and say you didn't know you didn't know him? And they term the same thing. I didn't know him. We didn't know him. So he just popped up in there. They're lying.
But
they're lying.
But
why are they trying to cover? What are they trying to cover up? The neighbors, everybody coming out talking now. So now they got to clean it up. They got to clean up what they said, talking about, oh, we don't know him. Well, now what's she gonna say? Now she don't want to talk. Now she doesn't want to say anything because she knows she's lying. She's gonna get caught in all her lies. Her and Cameron both.
Yeah.
Her and Cameron both.
Now Benny says she ran to the police, but in the
somebody
article,
said
it's the grandfather.
They're guilty and responsible. Could it be that? They're guilty and they're responsible.
Yeah. They're hiding something. What?
I don't know what to say. I just like, wow, this is sad to me.
And you mean to tell me the detectives? Look, I'm not even gonna get.
No, they did not.
You mean to tell me the detectives told him everything, but it's not gonna tell the public, but they told him everything? Like, my thing, what? Anyway,
somebody they call it. If they didn't know him, they went out of their way to get to know him because of him being a menace to the neighborhood. DB was an easy target.
Yeah.
They framed him. Why would Monica's father lie about an accomplice? Shut up. Oh, yeah. When I say the devil's a liar and a thief, God meant that.
Yep.
Because what it said in the scripture, What the devil stole, he got to give it back 7 times 4. Shut your mouth.
Preach.
Satan, you got to give it back.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the truth is.
Yeah, whatever the truth is coming out. And I'm hoping that Brown really does step up. I'm not saying he didn't have nothing to do with it, but I know that he helped.
We're not going to sugarcoat it no more about Darryinn Brown. Something wrong with homeboy.
Yeah.
No matter what you think happened.
Yeah.
Bruh sick. I don't need to hear nothing else about Darryinn Brown. Something's wrong with homeboy. That we get cut to the chase on that.
Yep.
But it's still something off with the scenario.
This case.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can't put your finger on exactly what it is. But Darryinn Brown is ill. I'm not going to even sit here and think there's something.
Yeah, he is. He's ill.
There's something wrong. The lurking and all that, that's very facetious. That's very sick behavior. And we already know just from dealing with sadists, rapists, and serial killers, that's the start. The peeping, the lurking, the opening up doors, the opening up windows. Just walk your ass on in the house. Hell, I'm here. Here I is. Because he's bright. Oh, boy, it's bright. When you could just walk in somebody's house.
Yeah.
It's your house.
But yeah.
It's scary. It's very scary.
Yep.
I hope
Very
he gets the
scary.
help. Instead of them just trying to just lock him away. I hope he get the help.
Yeah, I hope they don't just stop at him and they get everybody else that's involved.
Well, we will see what happens with Darryinn Brown. If there are others involved, if not, we'll just have to pray that the truth is revealed. And mainly, as someone said in the chat, Miss Nancy, true, pray for Carter.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because you see, just from dealing with the mess we talk about out west, you just get in the wrong hands again. We're talking about another story. Gotta pray for that baby. He doesn't have a brother. He's now staying with somebody else, family. Perhaps he doesn't have a good rapport with his mother. We don't know because we don't know these people. But I don't like to see children shifting around from place to place. You can't form an identity when you're place to place. You keep hopping from bed to bed. It's disgusting behavior to place a child from bed to damn bed. Like you're homeless. You're going over here. You're sleeping over here. You can't form an identity that way. That's why most people who go through foster care, different homes, they're troubled. Their spirit is troubled. How can you have a good spirit? You're sleeping from place to place.
Right. You're right. No foundation.
No foundation. This case it's jacked up, man. It's jacked up. It's jacked up. Hey, Evie, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. Yes, it's very sad. Because I don't want to hear later this little itty bitty spider, he becomes messed up too. See, this way you ain't really thinking. Because this is how it starts, see? This is how you become a Darryinn Brown. Stay woke.
Yeah, because we don't know what he's been through.
See, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Oh, baby.
You forgot about how all this sinister behavior starts and how people become sinister in the first place.
Yes.
Because you've been shucked around, dicked around. So you start out innocent, and then you end up vile. And then we talk about you in a YouTube video, social media, the news. But at one time, you were an itty bitty spider And you were innocent. And it was them vile ass folks that brought you here that put you in the mix to get you years later corrupt.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Ain't no words. Ain't no words. So if Darryinn Brown is not the person in the video, then who is it? Who have we been looking at?
Well, he did. You notice he did
You there,
say
D?
Cameron had it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, you did hear him make the comment. Cameron had his pack of friends. Darryinn had his so-called.
You see, Crystal, you ain't slick. Look at y'all. Talking about Cameron. y'all something else.
But they keep bringing up some Hispanic child, and then this person got it on his phone.
But you see
be in jail too.
But you see the lieutenant. But you see, Lieutenant Wise said, "Ain't nobody but Darryinn. He's the only one."
Because that's what they want to pin it on.
All her marbles in one bucket. That's what you think?
But if Darryinn did it, he had help. He didn't do this alone. I'm still saying, I just feel like I don't think he did it. Like I say, I may be wrong.
What do you think he did do? What do you think he did or did not do, Dee Dee?
First and foremost, the first video, I do not believe that was Darryinn at all. The second video, yes. And he was being put on that video monitor to put him in.
So what you trying to say? The video was cut. It's a video from another day, or he was lured there that morning.
That morning.
Somebody called him and tell him to come show up at 7 something in the morning.
We don't know. That's probably his MO to come over there like that anyway. We don't know that, do we? No, seriously. No, think about it.
We don't. No, man, we don't.
So who's to say, okay, it's time for me to get up. I'm finna go. Bye. And he mosey right on to where he usually is.
Let's say that. No timestamps on the videos, indeed. Somebody said, I think they had him come over and check on Carter. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
Get him on that video. To say he was there.
Set up. Some of you think the baby was already dead in the bed. So that means somebody picked up a dead baby if you don't think it was Darryinn that night. That early morning, rather. Lord have mercy. It's always two sides of the story, and then there's the truth. Shut up.
That's true.
May have stayed the night. We heard that as well. Hurt people. Indeed. Monica's 2 months pregnant. Is it Trevor's or Darrynn's? Okay, the live's over. Shit, I'm done. Look, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. I ain't got time for y'all. Y'all go over that foolishness.
Queen, I'm gonna drop down, okay? And I'm gonna be very quiet on the next live, okay? I promise.
2 months pregnant. Barbara Kelly, go to sleep, please. You go pay your tithes in church Sunday. You should showing out now. Staged room. Hey, Lakeisha, how you doing? I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm 2 hours and 29 minutes, and I said I was not going to do no long lives. And I didn't know everybody named Mama was going to come out the woodworks on this live. And sorry for the buffering because it was raining hard here in the high 10 tonight. Lord have mercy. If there's anybody that wants to hit the link before I check out of here, please do so. I want to thank my guests for joining me. Thank you, Mr. Benny and Miss Crimes Lady. lady out of Texas, for joining me. I don't know how this live is going to show up once it's recorded and uploaded. God bless America. All I can say is this still sounds funky to me. This case is funky to me. Because now, listening to Benny talk, her rushing to his aid back in February, if that is true, that means you knew of him then. Whether you knew of him before then, but you knew of him in this instance and perpetrated yourself that you didn't. And I have a problem with that. You and your son have a problem with that. Because what we have to ask ourselves, if you don't have anything to hide, you don't have a dog in the race pertaining to the abduction and murder of this child that you were taking care of. Once you identified Darryinn Brown on the camera, it should have been no problem with saying, oh yeah, I knew him from back here. He had an episode back in February. I walked over to talk to him, woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah, he came to my house 2 days earlier. He was in my house. I didn't want him in my house. This is the reason why I didn't want him in my house. Call a spade a spade. Tell the truth, shame the devil. In and out. Ain't no halfway in. Street talk. See, you can't be on top of the fence and try to touch your toe over here and put your toe over there. You either gonna get off the fence on that side, or you gonna get off the fence on that side. Well, y'all tired of that, baby? Well, y'all tired of him? Just call him spade a spade. You get tired of that, baby? Somebody got tired of the baby? Said, fuck it. Get rid of him. Just saying. Because we can look now at this new person coming forward and look at Darryinn in a messed up light. Oh, yeah, he that type of person. He's sick. He likes little kids. Possible pedophile. Ain't got no problem with that. If that's what he is, that's what he is. But when you lie about knowing somebody, one would have to ask themselves, why would you lie? You are there to tell the truth about the death of a child. Why would you lie? You have no reason to lie unless you are guilty. You involved some type of damn way. And what is that? I don't want nobody to know I know him because I'm in cahoots with him. Is that it? Monica Sherrod? Cameron Morey? You see, I can give you the benefit of the doubt. It's not no problem. Because I don't know you ain't got a dog in the race. But I keep trying to tell you. What you need to know about the story is at the beginning of the story. And the beginning of the story was a lie. Was a lie. Right. Once it's out, can't take it back. You see, I've told you all many times that you have to be very careful of the company you keep. Because you see, even a demon can get set up by another demon. You see, you've been doing wrong, stay woke. But you ain't been caught for the wrong that you've done. Stay woke. And then it's that one time you get in the fold with some other people. persons. Now your time is coming back around because you ain't got your just due for some old shit. Like kidnapping a 2-year-old, attempted kidnapping, if we are to believe this version. So you didn't get no just due on that. So Satan said, I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to have you hook up with some folks and go sit up in their damn house. Get called to the house, have it unfolded, allegedly. And they're going to ring you up, homeboy. Because you've been a dirty bird anyway. And your justice due. You see, it happens every day to people. You may not get caught today, tomorrow, 2 years, 5 years, but there'll be the one time you'll be lollygagging around, smelling your own funk, and you do get caught. And it's some payback for some way back. It happens to everybody. May not be extreme as murder, rape, sodomy, child molestation. You get my drift. But the boomerang comes back. Could this be it? Darryinn is getting payback for some way back. Hello, Jay. Hello. Jay. Lord have mercy. Well. Jay. Hello. I guess they don't want to talk. I'm done with it. Yes. All good things must come to an end. Indeed. I'm not going to keep hitting the mic if they're not going to talk. Is he on video bringing back a body? What are you talking about? Oh, he's in the details. The devil is definitely in the details. The devil's in the details because he's the orchestrator, the head knocker. Well, all I'm going to say is this. People believe what they want to believe. You know, if you holler in a person's ear long enough, they may believe what you're saying. If I say it loud enough, somebody will believe me. It happens. CPS took her 2 youngest children. Well, it was said her children were taken. If we're talking about Mr. Rod, they were given back. She got them back. But see, the sad part is now 2 are gone. So that means you weren't living right before Cash Gernon and Carter Gernon were in your custody. Come on, Queen. Why were those kids taken, Mr. Rod? So the boomerang came back 2 times. You are the epitome of a safe house. What the fuck? Hell to the no. No, you are not. 2 taken out your custody. 1 dead baby on your watch. 2 taken back out your custody. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. You see, everything's in the details. Miss Sherrod is messed up. Bottom line. Everybody in the circle, 9 times out of 10, is messed up. Baby mama, baby daddy, girlfriend, children, Darryinn Brown. You see, it's like being in the grass and the tick gets on you. Suck the blood out of you. One thing begets another. You see, I keep telling you about the company you keep. Don't you find it strange? Everybody in the story is jacked up. Stay woke. I don't know you, but I'm jacked up. I don't know you, but you jacked up. I don't know you, but you jacked up. Oh, I know you. You jacked up. I'm jacked up. He's jacked up. She's jacked up. We all jacked up. And that's a, what is it? Coincidental? Coincidental? Everybody in the story jacked up? Nah. Birds of a feather flock together. Mo 3, God rest your soul. Everybody ain't your friend. Shut up. Dallas, Texas. Everybody ain't your partner. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your homeboy. Everybody ain't your lover. Stay woke. I'm 50. I ain't dead. I don't miss nothing. The same person key with you, stab you in your back. Matter of fact, they so jiggy now, they stab you in your eye so you can see it coming. Ting. Lord have mercy. I pray for all these people involved because y'all need prayer. Nobody's perfect. We all flawed. But this group over here, they need prayer. They all need prayer. Because whenever you involve mental illness, theft, fraud, drugs, you at the point of no return. You need a rabbi, a priest, Jesus, Moses, Job. You need them all. You need them all. You need them all. Is this a setup? I don't know. Darryinn did this on his own? I don't know. He's a peeper, creeper, indeed. Something jump off in that house with all these people? Don't know. They use him? I don't know. But it don't look right. Could we be wrong about everybody involved? Could be. Looks bad? Most definitely. But did Darryinn Brown break into Miss Sherrod's house, kidnap Cash Gernon, and also murder Cash Gernon? That's the question. And he says through his attorney, he did not break into that house. He did not steal that child, and nor did he murder him. And that is not him in the surveillance video. So if we are to believe Darryinn Brown, who is the person in both videos? Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I will be back with more commentary, update to the story when I get it. Thank the people on the panel. Thank you all for joining me, my moms. God bless all of you. Stay safe. This is Everyday Shenanigans. I'm out of here.